Speak. Well, I think we're probably live right now.
Yes, we are.
Uh, so we're probably live right now. Jerome, I would love for you to introduce.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to day 5 of our 21-day CLCI Live Challenge. Um, Brooke and I are here to show up, and we're going to be babbling about marketing today, um, specifically the marketing funnel that most everyone should be ideally pretty much checking the boxes off on when looking to attain client, customers, whatever it may be that you are actually going out there getting.
Tell them about the challenge too.
Challenge. So challenge, if you're unfamiliar with that, our challenge is, as I mentioned, is a 21-day challenge where we are challenging you and inviting you to invite others to actually join with you to go live every day for 21 days straight. That may not be possible now since we're in day 5, but you can join whenever, which is the beauty of it. So we're inviting you guys all to join us in this challenge where we do go live. We've been going live for the last, this will be our 5th day, so the last 5 days. And the purpose of the live is to get you out there, get comfortable. I was just speaking to Brooke about this before we actually went live, how it's helping me just feel a little more comfortable. We're working out the kinks on all of our live sessions since we do regularly go lives on Tuesdays. Now we get to do it every day, so we're doing it every day, and we're probably going to keep this up. Maybe not every day, but it'll be more frequent than just the Tuesday lives that we're used to. So for you guys, we're asking you to hop on board with us and go live for 30, 40 minutes, speaking about whatever you like. Spill your heart out if you want to. Go ahead and talk about something you're interested in. And in addition to that, you can also just maybe, if you didn't really want to go live, you could also go ahead and post content in the form of video. And we are asking for it to be at least 1 minute's worth of time. And then you can take that pretty much as long as you want past that. So with the challenge, there's also some perks to it if you actually go ahead and participate as a CLCI alumni. So if you actually join and then you do post or you go live and you at CLCI, so the Certified Life Coach Institute, or you hashtag CLCI Live, which is the challenge's name, that'll count as one submission towards an entry to $300 worth of marketing credits, which can be dispersed to your cause, to your brand. And we are very much interested in helping you allocate that budget if you'd like. And I'm trying to see if, yes, the date of selection will be October 6th. So that'll be on one of our Tuesday live streams, which happen every Tuesday on our Facebook page. We'll be selecting a winner, and we will be excited to do that again on October 6th.
Leslie Danielson's here. Hi, Leslie. So thank you. You're amazing. I love that you do that. I love it. I'm going to make you introduce all the lives now. Every one of them. So today we're going to talk about marketing funnels. I know we've mentioned this madness before, but the reason we are bringing it up again is because it is a lot to understand. And when I do marketing mentorships with people, a lot of the times everybody's sort of throwing things everywhere. And the idea is you want to have a really clear idea of where, oh, we have a visual. It's our marketing funnel visual. I forgot. I don't know if it's going to stay. Okay, there we go. So a lot of times people don't know exactly what their call to actions are for and why they're doing what they're doing. And we want to sort of clarify that process for you. So I'm actually going to use a whiteboard for a minute for this. And we're going to use CLCI as an example. But actually, before we even, hi, Dan Emmanuel. Oh, no, I can't. Is it Marone? Hello? Hi. Okay, so talking about this here with the funnel, what we're referring to is basically as you have people that you want to be your client or clientele, something along those lines, they get sucked into a vortex of your marketing, essentially. And the last stop, so this is, I like to work funnels backwards. We're going to start with the very last stop. The very last stop is when they convert. What is a conversion? Jerome? He's like, oh no, I'm doing things. Okay, fine. So a conversion is when they actually hand you money, basically. So when they, when your clientele, they purchase something, when they actually, now it can be not money related, but that is really the final stop along the way. Why does this matter? Well, because when I talk to coaches a lot of times, I don't know, do you feel this way, Jerome? Do you have this? I feel like everybody's sort of like, okay, I'm posting here, I'm on LinkedIn, I'm on Facebook, I'm on Instagram, but they have no idea where they're sending people.
People think just because I mean we're kind of told that, aren't we, to get out there, kind of like what we mentioned with the CI Live, but there is no structure to it, which kind of is sometimes, and we were also talking about this before we actually went live, is it's time consuming and it's really energy sucking too. So I mean, we want to hopefully today kind of just demonstrate a little bit how to reduce that. You're not, because your time is valuable and you want everybody to utilize it.
Dan, he said the conversion is coaching. Yes, in many ways, yes, the conversion is coaching, because that's when you would start working with them. And you can, he also said it's when they start doing what you coach them to do. Yes, but it's typically before that. Why is this important? So why, again, because of time, energy. One of the things we talk about is you are only one person, and spreading yourself way thin, being across so many channels can really take your energy and just drain it, and your resources, and drain them. And having a really defined funnel helps with that immensely. Hi, Amina. Hello. It's good to see you. Glad you're here. She says conversion is when they take action intended by the marketing. Exactly. That is exactly what it is. And conversions can have various values. So like, obviously a high ticket item conversion for us is when somebody has a registration. That's a serious conversion. Another conversion is also when somebody calls us on the phone. They dial our phone number. That is a conversion right there, but it's valued at a different value. That matters for later though. Don't worry about that right now. So what we want to talk about is when you guys are using, and we're going to use Facebook as an example. So when you are using Facebook and when you are posting and all of these things, you want to keep an ultimate goal in mind. So where are you leading people? Where are you taking them down the line? So I'm going to actually do a little, I'm going to put up a whiteboard real quick.
Are you good using that?
What?
Are you good using that? Are you a good artist?
This is, well, I've already got stuff on here. I should probably erase some of it here. Maybe I'll leave it. So one of the things we're talking about, so as a coach, Jerome, I'm going to ask you, since we have you here, and maybe, can you see the comments, Jerome?
I was trying to bring them up. I can bring them up again.
Okay, well, I've got them over here. So if, as a coach, what might be one of our final stops? What, I mean, I just had one up there, like the discovery call. That is when somebody's going to pick up the phone. So let's say, what is the final stop on the digital funnel? The digital funnel.
So on the digital funnel, it could be, for registrations, like for us. So for example,
well, you can do that, or if you're a coach, I think for a lot of coaches, most of the time it's a discovery call. You're gonna, because that's really when we get them on the phone and we kind of complete that. It also might be if you're doing group coaching, like it could be they book you, they join your program or your group coaching thing. So we'll just say, I'm going to say join. We'll just say pay for coaching. That really is.
Ultimately, yes. We're trying to.
Ultimately, that's what we want at the end of the day, and that can come in many forms. You can be doing, now the coaching can be memberships, it can be evergreen, it can be a number of things, but it's making a payment, we'll say, on the website, because ultimately we all at the end, yes, I mean, money. Ultimately, at the end of the day, the goal is to not just be a coach and help people, but also to be able to do it to sustain yourself for a living, right? So there's a lot of things that go into this, but that is going to be our final stop. So now keep that in mind. That's the biggest thing with everything you're doing. So where can we market at? We said we use Facebook, but what else? Where else do people market?
Email campaigns, Instagram.
Emails I'm actually going to put further down in the funnel.
Okay.
Um, why is that? Because typically it's not somebody meeting you for the first time, right? You've already captured their information in some capacity. So that's why email marketing is further down in the funnel. Make sense? Um, so where else might we, like, for the very first time, nobody's ever heard of you before, but they're gonna get a hold of you.
You've got Instagram. You've
I'm gonna
got
say podcast,
podcast is a good one.
Instagram. IG stands for Instagram, guys.
People find success on Twitter. A lot of these are going to be
I'm just
essentially.
gonna write social. I'm just gonna write social media.
A lot of these are just going to be your social media channels.
Yeah. I think, and then podcast, if you're on another person's page. So we will just throw in some cross marketing. Because that's a really good way for people, if they've never heard of you before, you're a lot, whoa, my screen just went crazy on me, sorry. And that's a great way to reach new audiences, right? Is to get on somebody else's page and do some stuff with them. And then you now have access to their whole audience. So where do we go from? So when we're on Facebook, we're out here and people are just going to get to know you. Like, you're putting posts out there and you're hoping people find you. Honestly, in Facebook, they're probably not going to find you that way unless they're already following you in some capacity. So Facebook really, truly is, even that is a little bit further down the funnel. Things like podcasts are probably higher up, because if you're on somebody else's podcast, then you can get people to go to your Facebook or your Instagram or your social media from there. So I'm actually going to put podcast and cross marketing higher up in the funnel, and I'm going to move these down here. Like right? That. So you see how it's starting to form a funnel? We're starting to make a funnel here. I can even do this. Hold on, this is exciting. We can do little arrows.
Very nice.
But actually there would be a step probably between these two. So if let's say we are on a podcast, I'm just going to stop sharing for 1 second. This is like a best practices tip, because this is something I get all the time from coaches who are like, oh my goodness, I'm doing all these podcasts, but I'm not getting any conversions. I might be getting traffic. I might be getting, well, here's the thing. If you look at that funnel, that's way up here on the top of the funnel, doing somebody else's podcast. It's way out here. You have got them into your funnel by then, but you also want to make sure that you do something very, very critical, when you do that. I'm going to share my screen again. When you do a podcast, you want to make sure that you have a very clear call to action that takes them to a way that you can capture their information. So we really wouldn't send them to Facebook from a podcast. We would probably want to send them, I'm probably going to surpass that and go directly to your website and give them a landing page where you make them an offering. We call that a lead magnet in marketing. So we're going to put this here, and I'm going to add this here, and I'm going to go a lead magnet. What might a lead magnet be?
A button, pretty much, that captures their information. So something that's maybe join my, essentially where that funnel is leading. Join my email campaign, or join my daily email subscription.
So yeah, we're gonna say this on the website. So basically what you want to give is kind of like an offering. So if I'm on a podcast, and let's say I'm on a podcast that's, something for coaches, and I'm talking about my business, and I say, okay, if you want to right now, if you want to learn more, you can visit my website, give them a very specific link, include it in everything. And as soon as they get to that page, you want to have something that makes them give you their email. I'm going to stop share really quick, and I'm going to show you the CLCI page really quick so that you can see this. Let me pull it up over here. And then, okay. So you will see on the CLCI page right here, see at the top, I have too many screens up. Right, want more info, and we have first name, last name, email, right? Why is that there? So that we can capture information. So we can get their email and start, I don't know why I went there. So we can get their email and we are able to market to them later. when they filled it out, it doesn't necessarily mean that we're going to get a conversion. It doesn't necessarily mean that they're immediately going to be buying from us. What that means is that we now have their information and can email market to them. Let's go back to funnels, shall we? Do you have any questions, Jerome?
I was just going to mention in that process, they are one step deeper into the funnel.
Wait, I didn't hear it. Say it one more time.
In that process, once they actually go ahead and input their information, they're one step deeper into that funnel that we're looking at here.
When you lean back, it's hard to hear you.
Sorry, I'm going to turn my output.
Okay, I'm sorry. I wish I could hear you, but I can't. So you're going to take them there. You want to get their info. It's still up higher on the thing. And the next step from there is you're going to want to set up an email marketing campaign for the next step on that. Might help if I didn't have my text button selected. Come on. There we go. So
I have a question.
Yes,
How might you set up an email marketing campaign?
How do you, or?
How might you do that? Because
well, it depends. There's a number of ways you can do it. Like for us, what we do on our site is the beautiful thing about Wix is it comes with its own email marketing campaign. I mean, so like the moment, and most things will say this, if you on your website have a form set up, it will probably 95% of the time, I'm multitasking right now, guys, will link to an automatic email from there. Like, so at a minimum, you'll get one automatic shoot off of an email that says, okay, we're going to send off one email as soon as they fill out this form, and it's going to go to whomever signed it. And that's like, it's typically like a confirmation email kind of thing. So the moment they click that we have sent that email, or we submit our information, you can automatically, boom, send one out. Now with us, we have two go out. So you can set up what's called an email string. And the way an email string works is they put in their information. So you do your podcast, you're out here on the funnel. From the podcast, you send them to your website where you capture their information. They fill out their email and their name and everything. And then from there, that sets off an automatic email response to them. Ours, what it does is we have an email string. So it will send out one, and then a day later, it will send out a second one. And you can set it up so that 3 days later, it will send out another, and then 4, another. And so what that does is this continual email sort of marketing, and you can have that set up prior to, and you can take them through a journey. And you don't ever have to, you set it up one time, just one time, and every time somebody fills out that form, boom, that string goes into effect for you each and every time. And it's like, I mean, and it's going to follow that timing each and every time too. So I know there's some schools of thought that say you can send one email a day. I think it's too much, myself personally. I'm like a one email a week kind of person. And I think, and that's true for, I mean, that's just sort of my policy when I'm doing marketing. There are lots that will tell you, just do what you want to do. One a day for 7 days straight. And okay. And then at the end, certain steps along the way. I myself am just, I believe in sort of a more passive, like boom, once a week, and give them some good information in each one. But different schools of thought. So that's now back to the funnel. We've got hopefully, ideally, somewhere in our email marketing to them, at some point, they will then decide to pull the trigger somehow. And that is, so when you're doing your email marketing, you're much further down on the funnel. So you probably want to give them a direct route to book something with you at that point. Have a nice short, funnel from here to here. I was just telling Jerome though, this process might seem very short to us, but there are times I was just speaking to a woman that she's been looking for a coaching school for months, a year. She said, I've been trying to decide to do this for a year. And I said, well, what made you finally pull the trigger? And she said, well, I had time, and so sometimes it's about just their life aligning correctly and being able to do that. So this is one part of the funnel here on this side. We can build out another side of the funnel. Let's build out another side with social media. And I'll just get rid of these because it's encompassed. So from social media, what would be the next step?
Social media, you would want to go to a link.
Well, we want to be posting. Like social media, we've got a page. We
Okay.
say social media page, but we're going to start posting on that page. And actually, again, for that one, we'll say podcast. For this one, we'll go cross marketing. Like, so we built out our page, and we're going to go market on somebody else's page so that they come and visit our page, essentially, right? In some capacity. Or maybe we join a group, or, there's a number of ways. So actually, I'll just put this way up here, and we'll go social media, and then we're going to do, first step is really build a page, right? Build a page. And that'll be, so you'll notice though, the social media marketing funnel, probably longer than our other one over there, right? Because there's going to be a lot of little steps along the way. So you're going to build a page, and then you want people to find your page. Different ways they can find your page. You can cross market, you can run an ad, you can do a number of things. And then you're going to start posting. And in your posts, you're going to want to direct them somewhere. Where do we want to direct them?
So for all your posts, you're going to want a call to action. At this point, you're going to want to direct them to a link of some sort.
Or your website, yeah, something, an offering, it can be a number of things, but you're going to want a serious call to action that takes them to, we'll say, website link, offering link. But it should probably, honestly, if you're at a point where they're looking at your posts, you should probably be directing them to your website pretty quickly from there, because they've already probably followed you on your page, right? And so if they can actually get access to your posts, then there's a good chance that that part of the funnel is behind you. So you want to direct them to your website. Does that make sense? Now, here's the thing. Here's some rules. Oh wait, people. Yes, exactly. That's what I was just going to say. Good. Amina, you're amazing. I was just going to say that exact same thing. When you are doing your posts, when you are coming up with your calls to action, what you want to do is send them to a landing page that converts them. And what does that mean? Simple landing page that speaks to exactly whatever it is you just posted about. When you're doing anything on, when it comes to ads or anything like that, if you ever get that far and start doing that, again, that rule is so crucial. If I am looking at an ad that is about a coach, a spiritual coach or something like that, when I click on that button, I want to be taken to a page to a spiritual coach. And I want one option, just one option, not 3, not 10, not 15, one option. So you have to decide right then and there at that point when they're on your website, what benefits you most. Is it to capture their information so you can email market to them? Or is it to try to get them to convert right away and get on a discovery call? And it can vary. This can be different from person to person. It's always wise to capture their information. And it's a soft sell at that point. So by doing that, you're not, forcing them to buy anything or spend too much money. There's also an option too. You want to start to get people used to spending money a little bit as well. That's kind of key. But the act of putting in their information on your subscribe thingy, your subscribe, why can't it form, essentially, whatever that is, your lead magnet, which lead magnets can be different things too. They can be like a meditation so that people to encourage people to fill out that form even more so, you can make an offering attached to that. Like, we can do meditations, you can do a worksheet, tips. What else, Jerome?
Video explaining exactly what it is that they're actually subscribing to.
Yes. Any number, something that's of value. People always want something valuable. Like, they're always looking for something that's going to enrich their lives and make their lives better and make their lives easier. Because ultimately we are all selfish at the end of the day. So, you want to sort of encourage them as best you can with one option to collect their information. But the moment you have collected their information, you want to have that redirect to another option. You don't want to leave them just hanging. Okay, now I got this great thing. Whatever that thing is should take them to the next step. Every single thing that you put out there should have the next step included. Every single item. We as human beings want our hands held, and we want to be given a very specific direction as we navigate the internet. And we have no patience. um, and again, always appeal to the animal first. And the animal wants the simplest route. It wants to know, and it wants immediate gratification. So the way to give that to them, the moment you make somebody search for you or have to jump through hoops that aren't very straightforward and simple, you're gonna lose. You'll lose people right then and there. So if they have to think, you're gonna lose people. They'll just exit out. I don't have time for this. And there are, I mean, those are some the killers of marketing. Is not. Yeah, go ahead. Are you muted? He's muted. Jerome.
Apologies. I thought you heard that. I accidentally unmuted.
Oh,
I unmuted the live video. I was checking the comments.
What will kill your marketing? What will cause you to lose people left and right, just to have them drop, is if you take them to a landing page that doesn't speak to whatever it is that brought them there to begin with. For CLCI, if we talk about life coaching and becoming a life coach, we had better be sending them every step of the way to something about that. And then if it's too slow, if anywhere you're sending them is too slow to load, you will lose people left and right. If anywhere you are sending them is complicated, where they have to know, I have to scroll. Oh my God, scrolling down, the amount of people you will lose just from the act of having to scroll downwards. It's amazing. Oh shit, Amina, you're awesome. Thank you so much. She said she can testify to losing people in that way. Just the act of scrolling, you will lose people. Giving them more than one option where they have to decide, oh my God, I don't know, left or right, you're gonna lose. You'll lose people right then or there. Just one specific option. It's again, you're appealing to the animal. Another way I think of it is, imagine everybody on the internet holding a screaming baby, late for an appointment, their car alarm is going off, they're on the phone, and somebody's yelling at them. That is how people surf the internet. And so you want to give them the most direct route possible to you. That's honestly, if things get too complicated and people are invested still, really what they'll do is they'll just look for your contact information, because they're like, okay, simplest direction between 2 points is find how to contact this person. That's what I want. I want to contact them. And that's what really 90% of people on your website are looking for, is a way to contact somebody, to talk to them, because we all really want our hand held. We really do. It's just that it is. So I think that explains funnels a little better, does it?
I thought this might go on a little longer than that, but that was beautiful.
I mean, we could keep going, but that's a lot of information. I think that's a lot of information. I think really the key is to really define that for you, though, as a coach, as a business person. Know what the final stop is and figure out each stop along the way, and make sure it's simple. Make sure it's clear and straightforward, and there's just a straight direction. Picture it like a winding road, a funnel, whatever you wish. We want everybody going through and then coming down, and then now look at, they're all clients down here at the bottom. Jerome, do you have anything?
I was gonna. We have time for a question, right? Yeah, we definitely.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course.
How do you determine what? So I was thinking more specifically for the landing page. How do you determine what exactly you want to use as that next step for them? How do you determine whether it is sign now, contact me now, or sign up now, or contact me today, or
so it should take a logical path. So we're going to start. The first step is trying to collect their information and trying to figure out who these people are, so that if they Okay, so where are we at in the funnel? Because that makes a big difference.
Landing page. Landing page.
Okay, so landing page. That I will always say is collect their information, always, because you want them to, if they click on your website one time, you want to get their info that one time, because there's a chance they'll never be back unless you are able to find them again. Having people, I mean, why you can't, directing people to your website and not capturing their information is such a loss. You know, it is. You don't know if they'll ever be back, when they'll ever be back. So if you have their information, you can find them again, because they were interested enough to get to your website. So that means that there's a much higher chance that they'll convert later. Anything next? Now the other big crucial thing is when when we're talking coaching specifically and doing things where you're offering a service, and the service can be a high ticket service. So sometimes coaches ask for a whole bunch of money up front, right? They ask for a ton of money. Sometimes stepping people up through that process works a little bit better. So that's something to consider when it comes to getting people to pay you. Unless they're like really committed, and that will happen, but most people coming from the internet will want to be sort of slowly stepped into paying. Unless like they know who you are, they're in your, like you have a name, and find a way to get them to pay you a little bit of money first, and then they'll, because if I paid you $10 a month, let's say, it's not so bad the next month to pay you 50, and then I can wrap my head around paying you 100. And so with pricing, it does benefit to step that up in a slower rate. Now, if you want to be that big ticket coach, you want to be that value, I do value pricing, I charge X amount, boom. No, you're going to hear a lot of no's. Like, just be prepared for a lot of people saying you're going to have a lot fewer conversions, but the ones you have will be higher ticket conversions. So if you want to do less work, actually, it's probably the same in either way, because if you're people who expect that higher ticket item are going to expect more from you, they're going to expect ROI, they're going to expect, so it's a different kind of work. Putting together a whole bunch of evergreen content for people that people, so they can, you can charge lower prices for things, but that can keep circulating. That is maybe a lot more work up front, but less work on the back end, right? So it's all work at the end of the day, though. This is all a lot of work, but it's worth it in the end, because you want to sustain yourself as a coach, as an entrepreneur, and just be prepared. So don't spin your wheels, though, and just start throwing everything against the wall and ignore the funnel. The funnel is critical. It's critical to saving your time and your energy and making sure you're not exhausted at the end of the day, and that you can see your results and the fruits of your labor. So I think that's it for now. I don't have any, unless there's questions. What was that?
I was just going to check the comments real quick. No questions. So.
Oh, Amina says, work that is worth it. What a powerful statement. Glad I was able to tune. Thank you for tuning in, Amina. And I told Jerome, did you reach out to her? I want to do a live with you, if you will. I would love to, because I like what you're doing, and I like what you're coaching, and it speaks to me, and I would absolutely love to do something with you. So make sure you reach back out to us. To everybody else out there watching, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for learning about funnels. Jerome, do you want to close it since you opened it?
This is going to conclude our day 5 of the live challenge, and we invite you guys again, whenever you like, to go ahead, and if not today, join us tomorrow. We'll be here again tomorrow. Tomorrow's actually Tuesday, so we'll actually be doing our official COCI live, which we do every Tuesday, outside of the challenge included. And that'll be at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So we invite you guys to come check us out there. We're actually going to be catching up with students, recent graduates of this weekend's previous class. So we're excited to talk to them and speak about their next steps.
I totally interrupted you, but I'm just saying bye and hi to Amina and Leslie. It's good to see you guys. Thank you for joining in and chatting, and thank you, Dan. I'm so rude. Did you remember you guys can join us in the live challenge anytime, any post, if you hashtag CLCI live goes towards you guys potentially winning a ton of marketing support from us. So make sure that you go live and hashtag CLCI live. When you do, we'll be tracking it, sharing it to our page, and supporting you guys. So
Well, I needed a 1-minute video today, and by the end of it, you'll be doing hour-long live sessions. So
yeah, do we want to give them a subject or anything for today? Tell us what your funnel is.
I think one that really is just a great one to start with is just tell us what makes you happy.
Oh, tell us what makes your heart sing. Tell us what turns your light on. Tell us what. Yeah, I love that. Absolutely love that. Share your heart. Share that's amazing. Good subject.
In our challenge, so we challenge you to go out there.
Yeah, we're gonna start like calling people out to do challenges with us. Like Leslie, do a live. Amina, do a live. Okay, guys, thank you so much for watching. And for those of you who haven't already, make sure you check out the Certified Life Coach Institute. We certify life coaches in 3 days, and we love what we do. We're a family, and we're award winning. And check us out. All right, thank you guys. Have a good day. Bye. I'm the worst at this, by the way, ending the meeting. I can't end it. It's the one thing I can't do.